Bonjour! Bonjour!
No. Time for bladder check.
Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The Last Kingdom Season 2, Episode 8. I just watched this morning's Episode 6 and this afternoon the Episode 7. If you want to see my reaction videos about that, I'm gonna put the links, into the eye. Before beginning, I'm still in confinement. Before beginning, it's really a cloudy day, so I'm forced to use my light, my yellow light, so I'm sorry for you if it's disturbing, and maybe it's gonna rain again, so I'm sorry also if it's disturbing for the noise, but I can't change the weather and I want to watch The Last Kingdom, so here it is. Okay, about the last episode, like I said during my review of the last episode, I'm still amazed and surprised of this show, this historic show. You know that I love this show because it's a great historic show. It's really about facts, it's really about, showing the reality of the facts, even if they are rough, even if it's complicated to watch them. Like you saw my reactions during the episode 6, I was not okay with what was happening to Alfred's daughter. Really not, but really, this show is great for that, and I'm loving the show for that reason, to be that wonderful historic show, realistic and really attached to the facts and really telling the story well, in a good way, it's well written and it's well filmed, the costumes, the places, also the way of filming, really realistic again, and really I love that since the beginning of the show. The thing that I love during this season 2 is the fact that they are also taking the time to make development for their characters, to make their characters evolve. And I was missing that a little during the season 2. You know that I love shows which are making the boss of them, which are making great stories, but also development for characters. And they made it during this season. Like I said, during my intros and review of the last episode, Uthred changed so much. He is not now the arrogant teenager that he was during the season 1. He is respecting everyone, he is respecting the face of everyone, he is playing the game, he is obeying to people, he is loyal to them, and is, a man of his words. We can trust him to respect, his words and all of that. He's not bragging anymore, he's not arrogant anymore, he's shutting his mouth when he has to, calmer than during the season 1, and that's so great. That's such an improvement, but that's also so great, to see him like that, to see that new face of him. I love that really because he's really more adult than what he was during the season 1. So I love that. And we are having also development for other characters, the nephew, for Alfred, for Alfred's daughter, for Alfred's wife also. All of them, they all have a development, for Hild also, and I really love that they are taking the time to do that during this season. That was missing a little during season 1 in my opinion, so I'm really glad that they did it during this season 2. They managed, to balance stories and characters at the same level. I love that. And also, began with that, I'm sorry, my mind is really like, I'm taking one step, and I'm following where my discussion began. I was saying that I'm surprised and amazed still now about the fact that this show can make us change our mind about characters, about a situation and all of that in just one episode. Again, we finished the episode 6 with Alfred's daughter being kidnapped, and I was like, okay, she suffered already so much with her husband, she's gonna suffer again with the Danes. I was tired of that in advance, and at the end of the episode 6 we are with her being in love with a Dane, with Erik. She wants to escape with him because they are madly in love with each other, and we are okay with that, we are accepting that. I'm like, well, yes, do that, I'm with you with that. In just one episode they are managing well to create scenes, to create situations, to make us understand things enough to make us accept that, you know, to change our mind like that. That's a great thing, you know, for a show to be able to do that. I mean, you can say that they are doing that so great because they are making long episodes and all of that, but it's not really that, because if you think about it, we have so many narrative arcs. In fact, they spent just a little time, you know, to build that relationship, to build what was happening right there, and all of that. We saw finally a little of it. But because of the rest, you know, because of how it's written, how they bring it, you know, into the story, it's not shocking us and we are accepting it, in fact, at the end. At first, I was repeating it a lot. I believe that at first the relationship is based on Stockholm Syndrome, and a stage who is falling in love with the person who is kidnapping her. You know, Stockholm Syndrome, really a lot. But why not the relationship between them? Why not? They seemed to have real feelings, and he seems to be really in love with her, to want to protect her no matter what. But you know, he said that he wants to stay with her, but she said that she wants to escape with him. Is it gonna be okay to escape with her? To let his brother alone? I'm not sure of that, but why not? This episode, I think, is gonna be about that, about resolving that issue about them, the two of them, what their love can be, can really happen or not. I'm not sure of that. Like, I'm gonna be so sad for Alfred and his wife, you know, if their daughter is abandoning them, but also I cannot be okay with her returning to her old life with that fucking dick husband that she has. No. So that's why I'm okay, you know, for her living with Erik. We'll see. I don't know, I can't see that happening, but I want it to happen. We'll see. And we're gonna have also, I think, a battle against the brothers. Against the brother, if he's all alone. We need to win against him, I think. It can end like that. This season can end with that. We'll see. But again, we didn't resolve the main issue that we have since the beginning of this show. The fact that the poor Uthred doesn't have his land back yet again. Like, we began this show with that, with him being young and his uncle stealing his land. Maybe we're gonna end the show with that? Maybe. We'll see. Also, I want Alfred and Uthred to be at peace together again. Like, they were almost friends during the season 1 and their relationship is really not going on the good path, you know. They are not trusting each other anymore, they are respecting each other, but not really. And I'm scared that at some point one of them is gonna do something that the other one is never gonna accept, you know, be okay with. And I'm also scared about the nephew. He can be dangerous. Really, he wants to be king, he's repeating it, and he really believes into that prophecy that the dead man said. That was a trap, but he's still believing into it. And he can be dangerous. Now that he grew up and now that he changed and is more mature and more adult, he can be more dangerous than he was in fact during season 1. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna watch the episode 8. Again, the reaction part is on the description, and then come back right here into the YouTube video for my review of the episode. Let's go! Oh, and I'm gonna eat during this episode. I made a carrot cake, and I think I already posted the video where I told you my recipe about that carrot cake. Of course, I'm gonna eat this carrot cake. Like, it's 4 PM. It's time to eat a little. Is it gonna be a joke at the end of each season Is he gonna swear at the end of each season that one day he's gonna have his land back and that destiny is all? Is it really like a repetitive joke at the end of each season? Again, we began the show with that issue. Him, young, and his uncle stealing his land. Like, the first issue that we had during this show, we're gonna resolve that. At the end of it, I really have this impression. Oi, oi, oi. We lost 3 interesting characters during this episode. I don't know for which one I'm more sad. Maybe Odda. I'm sorry to say it. I mean, Erik was a great character and they made me believe into his relationship with Alfred's daughter. He was really in love with her and ready to die for her, to kill his own brother for her. Of course, I can just admire that and love this character. But I didn't have a lot of time, you know, to really like him. I just had 2 episodes to love him. But Odda, we had him since seasons now. I had seasons to love him. I had seasons to be attached to him. I mean, since the beginning, since the first episode, I saw in him a wise man, you know, a man with values, with principles, who was seeking straight, who was following the orders, who was loyal. And yes, he was not loyal at the end, and yes, he betrayed Alfred, and of course Alfred was gonna punish him with a trial, and of course a treason like that, it's gonna be punished with death, and killing himself, that's a good death, you know, because he's keeping his honor, like he's not letting Alfred kill him, you know. He's not letting anyone say to him that he was wrong and that they're gonna kill him because of that. No, that's the ultimate way for him to keep his honor, and he is an honorable man, you know. So I was gonna say that was a good end for him, but no, that was not a good end, come on. He had to kill himself because Alfred was gonna kill him. Alfred, the one for who he killed his own son. I cannot forget that, you know. I always kept that into my mind each time that we were seeing him on screen. I was keeping that. He was a man of honor and a man with values, with principle, a loyal man. Okay, he lost himself at the end, but I can't forget all of what he did, all of the rest. Oh, shit. To lose a character like him, I was really admiring him, like, and Erik also, and Clapa. Clapa was a great character also. He was fun, you know, he had funny lines, and he was loyal also to Uthred, and you know how much I love loyalty, you know, into shows between characters. That's something that I can admire and respect. We lost 3 characters. All for you. I mean Alfred's daughter. Okay, she's also a great character, and okay, now how is she gonna evolve? That's gonna be interesting also, because if she's pregnant with Erik's kid, whoo, the fucking dick who didn't die. I wanted him to die before the end of the season. Erik died, but not him. But him raising a dead kid, because he's gonna be forced to admit that it's his kid, even if it's not, because if he's saying that this is a bastard, he's gonna say that a Dane slept with his wife. That's an humiliation, and he can't do that for himself, but also for Alfred, so he's not gonna say it. Great, that's a punishment for you, because even if no one knows, you know. That's already great. But yes, how it's gonna end for her, that's gonna be interesting to follow. And also, you know, her evolution during this season was really interesting. She began with being a little child, and then a woman, and then she married Dick, and then she evolved, you know, she was a shy girl, and he mistreated her, and then she fell in love with Erik, and she fought and she saved herself at the end. That was really symbolic, the fact that she was the one to kill Siegfried, because she was saving herself, but she was also the one to kill Siegfried, like the leader of the enemies, and the one who killed Erik also. So that symbolic was really great for her character. That was really great, all of what it meant. And at the end we can see it, you know, she doesn't have the same dresses, you know, she's more confident, we can see that. She doesn't have also the same way of putting her hair, you know, it's more a Dane way, if we think about that, to put her hair. Her evolution during the next season can be really interesting to follow. The new leader of the Dane, for now I'm not considering him as really dangerous. Like, the little that we saw about him, he was stupid and cruel. Okay, that can be two defaults, you know, that can make him someone that we have to worry about, but for now I'm not afraid of him and all of that. The fact that he can be cruel, we'll see. And the nephew, he helped Odda like that at the end, but I think that he didn't give up on maybe taking the throne, you know, to Alfred, so we have to keep an eye on him also. And Alfred, again, you reminded to Uthred that he is your slave, you know, he has to obey to you. The fact that he was ready to kill Odda, I think that it was a big thing for Uthred, you know, that can be a switch for Uthred. Alfred was not trusting Uthred anymore, but I think that now Uthred also is not gonna trust Alfred anymore. Do you understand what I mean? That's really bad, because really during the first season they were close and they were beginning to be good friends, and I was really appreciating their relationship. So to see that relationship going worse and worse in each episode. So a little of Hilde during these 3 last episodes. I love this character, I want to see her more. We saw more about Beoka if we think about it, and Tyra also. Okay, so it's all for The Last Kingdom for you and for me for today. It's all for this season 2, that's it. We already binge watched 2 seasons together, and I think that the season 4 is gonna come during next weekend. So at the time that you're gonna see this reaction video, I think that the new season is already out. Me, I have to avoid spoilers, you know, on Twitter and all of that about the season 4, because I didn't see the season 3 and of course the season 4. I'm gonna, you know, avoid spoilers like that during the next days. Be careful with that on the comments, please be respectful with that, with spoilers, you know how much I hate spoilers. Okay, so that's all for The Last Kingdom for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now, bye!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.